What's a wedding decor without flowers? From the bridal bouquet to the hall decor, the right type of flowers will give your wedding the picture-perfect, dreamy feel you desire. On this episode of Wedding on a Budget, Taiwo Deboakonde of Adela's Flowers takes us through the types, cost, and the ideal floral arrangement for your wedding decor. Stick around.
My name is Laura. I'm a student of Yaba College of Technology. Would I like flowers to be a part of decor at my wedding? Yes, I would like it because it would bring out the beauty, and flower talks about it beautifies an occasion, not only weddings though. So I would definitely love it to be part of my wedding.
Yes, most definitely, because flowers are like, they represent life. Flowers are, greenery. For me, I believe, like when you have flowers around you, you have peace. So most definitely, I would like flowers to be like an important part of my big day, yes.
I think there are processes to these things, right? You get a boyfriend, you propose to you, then you get a husband, then you propose to you, then you're now planning a wedding. So I can't say for sure, because, am I getting right? I don't know.
Flower is like life. It adds extra spice, to your wedding.
Definitely there will be flowers in my house, within my house, in my compound. But wedding, I don't know yet. I don't know if there's going to be a wedding. But if there's going to be a wedding, definitely there's going to be flowers.
Flowers are very beautiful and they bring life to any decoration. They add beauty to your decor. So definitely yes.
I think flowers make the decor. Whether they're artificial or fresh. Of course, I'd rather they're fresh because I'm more into fresh flowers. That's my training is working with fresh flowers. Perhaps artificial is something I'll go into at some point, but for now, it's all about fresh flowers. Flowers make the decor. The room is supposed to look, at least the reception, the luncheon, dinner room for a wedding reception is supposed to look, very, very nice, very pretty, and flowers give you that ambience. There's no other element that can quite give you the ambience like flowers will, which is why obviously every bride will want flowers. Again, whether they be fresh flowers or artificial flowers.
My name is Okore Fortune. I'm a graduate of political science, Ondo State University. Do I think that maybe flowers are the best centerpiece at wedding? Yes. Flowers are colorful.
Do I think that flowers are the best centerpiece at weddings? Yes. Reason why? Because when you have a decoration, without flowers, there is no decoration on the wedding. So like I said earlier, flowers makes the hall of a wedding ceremony very beautiful. So when you add flowers to a particular decoration, you have a full decor, and it makes the wedding ceremony more beautiful. It adds color to it and it brightens the wedding.
Flowers are for decorations, that will enlighten the place, just make the place look good.
They are not the best, but like I said, they beautify your wedding. There are other things that beautify that, like centerpieces of your wedding. There are other things that beautifies your wedding, including flowers. So
yes, they are.
To my own perspective, I feel yes, it is because of my love for flowers.
It's one of the essential things for a decoration during the wedding and beautify the environment also.
Yeah, I do actually, because they make everywhere look really beautiful, and you just have this feel. They add this life and this vibe to the wedding, so yeah.
No, because there are better things in life than flowers.
Floral arrangement at weddings will differ from what you have at a funeral, for example. For weddings, you probably have centerpieces and perhaps some pedestal stands and maybe some other interesting features in the room. But for funerals, you will be talking about wreaths and, flowers for the altar in church and things like that. So every event will come with its own sort of types of flowers or flower arrangements. There's some that would cut across board. Pedestal arrangements, for example, can be used at annual regular church events, church weddings. You can transfer them to reception. They can be used at birthday party reception. So some corporates also want pedestal stands. So yes, some specific arrangements are for specific events, but there's some arrangements that will cut across board events. So yeah.
My name is Valerie Chudiarinze, and currently I'm just marketing for my dad's company. He's into extinguishers, fire extinguishers. What's my favorite type of flower? Roses are.
I love white roses. Yeah, roses.
My favorite type of flowers are roses, but I also love lilies.
I like roses.
Oh, my favorite apple flower is Dahlia flower.
I love rose flower.
White rose flower.
I'll say baby's breath, which I'm not particularly a huge fan of. I mean, they're the traditional wedding flowers, and they're very pretty. They make very pretty arrangements. I like to call them the all-time classic wedding flower. Roses and baby's breath will be, in this year of 2018 alone, I think at least 60% of our orders have been gypso and roses, which has been pretty frustrating for me because I've also felt like I haven't really gotten a chance to be creative with my bouquets as I had been in the previous years. But 2019, that's going to change. We're not going to be boxing in that corner, but definitely the baby's breath and roses, particularly white baby's breath and white roses, that's like the all-time most popular with brides.
What's my favorite type of flower? Hibiscus. Hibiscus flower.
What's my favorite type of flower? I think sunflowers, because they're pretty.
It has to be roses. Just has to be roses.
My favorite type of flower, I think red roses.
Roses. Because they are beautiful and they have a nice smell.
If I had my way, I would create installations as bouquets, like, I want you to walk down the aisle and have that wow factor. That, for me, is what your bouquet should do for you. It doesn't have to be large. I've seen bouquets that don't have a structure. I like to create bouquets with a structure, but that still has the wow factor. So if you're a bride that likes to stand out, then, I'm more than happy to create something that's unique to you. So the floral recipe is unique to you. The shape, the size, the way it flows, and we take bridal consultations in store because I don't want to make a bouquet that doesn't work with your dress or with your stylist look for you. So I would any day rather create something just for you, and I'm not going to repeat with the next bride because it's your wedding and it's your day, and it should be all about you, even with your flowers. And I know because I've seen it happen a lot of times when I've delivered bouquets and the bride was all done and, the photographers were going at her like click, click, click. And then I handed her bouquet and the entire scene changed. So I do know that a bridal bouquet for me completes a bride's outfit. So it should be personal, just as your dress is personal, just as your makeup is personal, just as your color scheme is personal. Your bouquet should be personal as well. And I'm in the art of making personal bridal bouquets, if I'm allowed to.
My name is Mopolala. I'm a student of Unilag. Would I rather fake flowers than real flowers? I would go for fake flowers because so many people are allergic to flowers and I don't want issues on my wedding day. Come on, it's my wedding.
Would I rather fake flowers than real flowers to save cost? Well, it's my wedding and I'm not going to save cost. It's just one day, hopefully. One day of my entire life, so I'm going to go all out. As far as I have the money and I'm not going overboard, real flowers.
Well, I would like real flowers. I mean, go big or go home.
Fake flowers, though, they wouldn't solve the place, and some real flowers have this smell. Well, some of them can be pleasant, but fake flowers just to make everyone comfortable for those that might be allergic to some kind of aromas.
Do I really want fake flowers or real flowers? I would want real flowers though, but to save costs, fake flowers won't be bad. But if I have the money, actually, I love flowers a lot, so I would love a real flower.
Would I rather do real flowers or fake flowers to save cost? I'll prefer real flowers. Why? Because it makes, though if the money is there, yes, I'll go for real flowers. But there's always improvisation, so that's why we always want to go for the fake flowers?
I mean, artificial flowers are plastic, and real flowers are real. I mean, even after they're cut, they still have life in them because some of them still blossom, and then they start to wither. So there's still a sense of it's alive. You don't get that with artificial flowers at any point in time. I don't know about people, but I can. I mean, once I see a wedding photograph, for example, or I see an event, I can tell you immediately that they're not fresh flowers. Once I see a bride, I can tell that her bouquet is not fresh. I can tell that it's artificial. So absolutely, I can. And I know that I've had discussions with a couple, professional photographers who've also said they would rather shoot or photograph a natural bridal bouquet as opposed to an artificial one, or they would rather photograph an event that has fresh flowers because they photograph better, they look better. Like I said, they create an ambience. So when you walk into a reception room that has fresh flowers, and when you walk into a reception room that has artificial flowers, it's a huge difference. It's completely incomparable as far as I'm concerned.
My name is Olubusolami, and I'm a student of National Open University. Are flowers a necessity for wedding decor, or can I do without them? Of course, I can do without them. Flowers are great necessities for wedding, and I don't think I can do without flowers for my wedding.
Are flowers a necessity for wedding decor? Yes. And can I do without them? I cannot do without them because, in my perspective, it's really nice. So I would love flower everywhere. If it is possible, at every table there should be flower.
Are flowers a necessity for my wedding decor, or can I do without them? I can do without them, but I think some people will catch feelings if we don't have flowers.
So I've had a couple of great moments in my career so far. Like I said earlier, when I hand the bride her bouquet and she lights up, she just looks absolutely beautiful. Those, for me, are always the highlights. Or when a bride comes back to say thank you, I really liked my decor, I liked my bouquet. Those are my highlights. I'll say my absolute worst moment yet was I had a bride who had ordered peonies, and peonies need time to open. And when they open, they're the most amazing flowers ever. And they open really, they're huge. And the flowers didn't arrive in time, and we didn't have enough time to leave them out to open. And I prayed all night, and then I went into the studio in the morning, and they were still not open. And I was making the bouquet, and I was crying, because I thought my career is about to go down the drain, and I delivered the bouquet, and then she sent me a message I delivered the bouquet, and I was waiting for that call, with the screaming bride at the other end of the line. I didn't get the call. I thought, okay, maybe she let it pass. And then on Sunday, I got a message, and she said, Taiwo, I thought I wanted a big bouquet, but the bouquet you made for me was the absolutely perfect size. Colors, everything was it was absolutely perfect. Thank you so much. I was completely shocked. Her entire ensemble, her dress, her makeup, and we also made her a fresh flower hair slide. Her bouquet that photograph is one of the best I have of my work till date. So what was meant to be a really horrible thing that actually played out to be absolutely fantastic. So yeah. I went into floristry because I've always had an interest in floristry, and I am more particular about creating that unforgettable look, and by the grace of God, we've done a lot of those, than what it costs. And we work with budgets. We get brides who want champagne, but they can only afford a bottle of Coke. We sit with them and we work with them. So my prices are determined by what it costs me to buy flowers, and what it costs me to buy the materials that I use, and how I value my art. Because I believe it's personal to everybody. It's my floristry, it's my art, so it's personal to me, and I have a price that I put on it, and I don't tend to justify that price, but I still try to make it competitive. Yeah.
So, what's your preferred flower type? What's your budget? These and more are factors to consider when picking out the best flowers for your wedding decor. Whatever you do, ensure you hire the right person to bring your floral dreams to reality. Till next time, it's still wedding on a budget.